the double bass in the orchestra at the town movie theater. However, he had a reputation for not being very good at it. In fact, it wasn't just a matter of not being very good at it. He was the worst among his fellow musicians, and because of this, he was always being scolded by the conductor. Just after noontime, everyone was sitting in a circle backstage rehearsing the Sixth Symphony, which they were going to perform at the upcoming town concert. The trumpets were singing out with all their might, supported by energetic bursts from the clarinets. The violin sounded like simultaneous gusts of wind. Gauche, too, with his lips pressed tightly together and his eyes wide open like saucers, fixed on the music, was playing with all his heart. All of a sudden, the conductor clapped his hands. Everybody immediately stopped playing, and they sat in silent attention. The conductor shouted, "The bass was late! Do it over again, from the to-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ready?" Everyone started over again, just before the place in question. Gauche, with his face bright red and his brow covered with sweat, finally managed to play through the troublesome passage. With a sigh of relief, he kept on playing, but the conductor clapped his hands loudly again. "Bass! Your strings are out of tune. What am I going to do about you? I don't have time to be teaching you do, re, mi, fa, you know." Well, out of sympathy, everyone made a point of hearing their own music and plucking their own instruments to check their tuning. Gauche frantically retuned his own strings. Actually, though, it wasn't only that Gauche was incompetent, the bass, too, was in pretty bad shape. From the measure just before this one, ready? Everyone began again. Gauche contorted his mouth and concentrated as hard as he could on his playing, and this time they made considerable progress through the music. Just when he thought it was going quite well, the conductor took on a threatening appearance and clapped his hands together again. "Oh no, again?" thought Gauche in shock. But this time, thank goodness, the problem was with somebody else. Gauche then did as the others had done when he was being scolded, and he tried to appear to be looking closely at his own music and thinking carefully about something. "All right into the next passage. Ready?" Right at the point when they had just started playing again, the conductor suddenly stamped his foot and began shouting, "No good at all. This is the very heart of the composition, and you make it sound so rough. Listen, all of you, there are only 10 days left until the performance. If we who make music our profession are outdone by that amateur group of blacksmith and candy makers and the like, what in the world do you think will become of our reputation? You, Gauche, I don't know what I'm going to do about you. There is no expression whatsoever in your playing. Anger, joy, emotion, nothing at all like that comes out. And you never manage to be exactly in sync with the other instruments. It always seems as though you are the only one dragging an untied shoelace, shuffling along after everybody else. If you can't work harder than that, I don't know what I'm going to do. It would be a real pity for all of us if our glorious Venus Orchestra were to get a bad reputation just because of you. All right then, that's the end of today's rehearsal. Have a good rest and be back in the box at 6 o'clock sharp this evening." Everyone made a little bow and, drinking from their bottles of water, went off in different directions. Gauche, with that crude, box-like bass in his arms, turned toward the wall, and for a while he cried heavy tears. But then he regained his composure and, totally alone, quietly began playing one more time.